nom, nom.
Oh my! What a way to start the stream with Adam going no.
Sorry, I was testing my mic sensitivity.
No, we're live. We're in.
I also have to. I have cheese on my fingers that I have to lick off. So if you guys wouldn't mind if I just. I'm good to go. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. That was perfect. I just feel
Right.
Wow.
Ooh, that was crisp. But that came through really clear too.
Good. I'm happy that my quality's good.
So yeah, Bad Book Club. Welcome everyone. Hi, gang.
Yay.
How are y'all doing? Casey, tell me how you doing.
I'm alive. I've just been doing homework. Oh,
Mm.
so I've been having a grand old time writing the thesis. You know how it be.
Mhm.
Nice. We love
Pretty-
homework.
We do love homework. It's grand.
Kieran, tell me about yourself. How you doing, buddy? Checking in.
I'm living. I've been watching, first European land war in a very long time, just happen in real time.
Nice.
Yeah, that happened.
That's a thing.
That is happening. Yes. Damn.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, that just put me. I don't know if it kind of just loses all meaning. Book club, now that there are these huge issues at stake.
I mean, they've always been at stake.
That's true.
well, either way, I'm happy for you, Kieran, watching a land war happen in real time. Nice.
I mean, aren't we all?
Yeah.
Maybe we can put like a Ukrainian fundraiser in the top right.
Oh yeah,
We could hypothetically do that.
I can find you one, Matt, if you want. There are a few that my department has like linked and whatever.
Yeah.
If you
Send me all the links. Adam,
Huh?
tell me about your week, buddy. I'm checking in while Casey sends me the link.
It's good. I'm still working at Trader Joe's. I stocking shelves and filling people's bags. I had one. Shit. What did she say? Oh no, it was a guy, and his shirt said the only thing worse than COVID-19 is Biden 20.
Oh, that's a
And,
zinger.
I was like squinting at it and I like read it out loud to him. I was like, the only thing worse. And then and then he's like, amen. And I was like, okay. Would you like your receipt in your bag? He's like, yes. And let's go, Brandon. And then he like left the store. He like yelled it.
Speaking of Brandon.
Speaking of Brandon, yeah.
This is the big question of the book. Is Brandon going? And where is he going and when?
Why are we
And does Brandon actually have rabies?
We'll find out in the next batch of chapters.
Rabies is crazy, yo. I once had this teacher in high school who grew up in like Kentucky, and she said
she had rabies.
Yeah, there's some kid in her town who got rabies, so they had to chain him to a tree, or else he'd go after people. Yeah, and that's what happened. And I assume he died. But yeah, rabies is fucking whack, yo. Crazy stuff. Anyways.
Okay.
Sick. All right.
Can we get a fundraiser up for that kid's family who is tied to the tree?
1960.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're over it by now, right?
Probably. And one more thing before we get started. My girlfriend Abby, she found these goldfish at the store. They're called Megabytes. Product. And but this is how big they are. Compared to my eye, it's literally resting on my eye. It is the size of my eye.
Oh.
I just wanted to show you guys that.
What?
I feel like I've lost perspective of how big a normal goldfish is.
Yeah, a normal goldfish, I'd say, is probably the length of the tail, maybe a little
Mm.
bit less.
Okay, yeah, I
But
can
this
visualize it.
this is the size of like a dollar coin, like a quarter and a half.
Jesus. Well, thank you for sharing, Adam. I honestly, I have regular goldfish downstairs if we want to do a comparison later.
Yeah, we could do that too. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do the eye test. We'll see how much it covers. Yeah.
That's one of the things they say to do is the eye test with the goldfish, because they say, like they say this, you have the sight of a goldfish. Isn't that a saying?
I've never heard that in my life.
No, I've heard memory.
Oh, it's memory? Sorry, I thought it was you have the eyes of a goldfish.
And I also think the saying's wrong. I think goldfish have a fairly good long-term memory.
Well,
They live for like 25 years or something. That's the other thing.
wow.
Yeah, I think they get really big too, I think, which is part of it. So that, like, I once had this friend who had these goldfish and they were in this huge tank, and so they got like this big. They were huge and they had to like free them because they were like too big to belong in someone's house.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and I didn't know
Oh.
that before.
Sorry, guys. They actually have a comparison chart on the back.
Oh.
So, yeah, that's the ratio.
Thank you. Those are some chonky goldfish.
Chonky. They're much more flavorful too.
Probably
In
some
case you're wondering.
more of the flavoring, more surface area.
Well, exactly. Here's the thing. It's all about the surface area, right? See, the more surface area of the cheesiness and the saltiness that's hitting your tongue, the more you're going to taste, the more of the flavor you're going to experience. It's the same flavor, it's the same amount of flavor, but because it's hitting a bigger surface area of your tongue.
Of course. And I gotta ask, what flavor goldfish?
Cheddar.
Cheddar? Okay, classic. Yeah, cheddar. I'm honestly I'm a pretzel goldfish guy.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
What the fuck?
Yep.
Why? What's wrong with pretzel
Goldfish are disgusting. They're stupid. Just buy normal pretzels.
What?
They have no application. You can't dip them.
I disagree. I think they taste good.
I kind of agree with both of you, to be honest. Like, not to be a Switzerland on this, but like Matt, I think they taste better than regular pretzels. But Adam, to your point, why? Like,
Why? You get goldfish to have the cheesiness, and you get pretzels to have a pretzel. You don't buy pretzel goldfish. It's like they have two different purposes. They're serving two different crowds.
It's true.
You
Also,
know?
Matt, I sent you a link.
Call me crazy. Sorry.
It is crazy. Speaking of crazy, Ukraine. It's to the Red Cross.
Yeah. I just got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I put a link in chat, which is a donation in the Bank of Ukraine to set up directly to the armed forces. So
Nice.
Yeah. That got blocked out in my chat because it was a link. So we're gonna miss on that one, buddy.
I'll send it. I'll send it to you in Discord.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, there are a bunch of charities out there, so if anybody's looking to donate, there's things, but I don't know. I normally go Red Cross because it's like reputable, so in general. But anyways,
I'm still pissed about that pretzel goldfish thing, if I'm being honest.
You can, yeah.
I bet Putin likes pretzel goldfish.
What the fuck? There's nothing wrong with pretzel goldfish.
There is a little bit wrong.
I haven't had pretzel goldfish in a very long time, but I remember liking them.
Thank you.
Like, I like them, but I don't on principle,
Yeah.
They're better than normal pretzels.
Anything that has visible salt on it, I'm in favor of,
You have a problem. You're literally anemic. I'm worried about you.
Jesus.
No.
Okay, you're one to talk with the anemia.
Holy shit.
I've been tested.
I've been tested.
You're the one with the salt deficiency.
Oh my god.
Normal people don't need to test for anemia.
That doesn't make me anemic, so hey.
Yeah, well, I thought Adam shitting on my pretzel goldfish was bad. God damn.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
It's getting a little intense in here, guys. Should we maybe talk about the book?
Wrap it up, or
I don't know. I think I'd rather have like a really big fight.
Yeah, can we
About
just
pretzel goldfish.
Whoa.
the Twitch stream?
yeah, I'd love to have you guys like mediate this.
I don't have my gavel with me. That's so sad. I can't mediate without it.
Matt
We'll
does
just
have a
we'll just hit at the table with the book.
Yeah.
Matt has a
Snack
slide
your head.
whistle.
I do have a slide whistle.
Yeah.
Have you figured out how to get it audible on Twitch?
I think it comes through on Twitch. I think Discord blocks it though.
Oh, okay.
You could say objection and then hit the slide whistle.
That's true. I could do that.
See, I feel like the slide whistle needs to be for like when an objection is either sustained or overruled. It either goes up or down.
Right. yeah. Nice. All right.
Anyways,
Matt, you
this fucking book.
Yeah, honestly, the sooner we get through chapters 5 through 8, the sooner we can talk about pretzel goldfish.
Right.
I gotta say, I am still very much impressed about how both her and PC Cast hate women. Like,
Nice.
like, you know what I mean? There are lots of things written like before like 1950 where
Mhm.
people hate women, right? People don't have any opinions of women. They don't think they're people. It's less jarring than this. Like like this is just incredibly strange in that this is somehow a book written by a woman that reads like someone who's never met a woman, has barely heard of the concept, and has maybe some kind of strange asexual space alien who has like not has no information about the human race other than like weird TV specials, and assumes that that's the limit of the human experience.
What well, two things. First of all, what's smoking?
I have some tea.
Oh, okay. And what specifically were you referencing?
The friends. It's
yeah.
Ivy and the other one.
Abby.
The
I
other one.
The other one.
underlined every time basically they talked about Ivy wanting to go to the mall or like get a latte or something, and I'll tell you it was a lot of underlines.
Take a
Did
shot.
you do the same for every time the other one wanted something to do with sports?
Oh my god. The two of them, they're basically the same, except like I just like all of a sudden they're like, oh yes, Abby sporty, and that's like her only thing, but she's also still really vapid and shallow. Like I'm like I'm just so angry. I feel like this is a thing. So Kieran, you're talking about how like it's like written by someone who's never met a woman. Even though it's written by a woman, it's written by someone who thinks that this is how children want to be treated and how young girls want to be perceived somehow. Like has kind of forgotten their own childhood and is basically convinced that
Well-
this is like what young girls are like.
I wonder if this was just a maladjusted person in childhood
Maybe.
who coped with it, who got real high on the copium by saying, "Look at all these other bitchy bimbos, you know, who just care about sports and shopping. I'm not like the other girls," and then like actually internalized that and was like, "This is literally true. I am not like the other girls. The other girls are absolute garbage." I mean, because at the end of the day, it's not really like a less misanthropic worldview towards the men. The men are all also absolutely like
Mhm.
garbage in terms of just having not really, well, some of them have a slight amount of character in that there's like, for the romantic appeal, they have like a softer side occasionally,
Mhm.
but it's still the two note that only exists for plot relevance.
Yeah. I think okay, actually, not to get into a deep feminist critique of Once Upon a Full Moon, but the thing that I just find really interesting is if you had one friend, right? If Celeste has one friend that's like the mall shopping rat like kind of person,
Mhm.
whatever. Like that's fine. Girls are allowed to like shopping and like do vapid things. Malls are fucking awesome. I can attest that the mall is the greatest place ever invented. But
Mm.
I think my issue is that both of the friends are like this. And I would not like I think actually an interesting example of this is like I hate that I'm using this as an example, but in Twilight, Anna Kendrick's character is like honestly one of the few vaguely comedic parts of that entire thing, which is more credit than Twilight deserves, but because she's
Mhm.
just and it's just her and it's fine.
Well, I don't know if it's like that in the books. I
Is
don't
it not?
remember because I think this is a common problem with. I think Twilight has some of this, probably less because it's like a longer book, so they have more
Mhm,
time to do things.
mhm,
But rather than like make side characters that are like people, it's
mhm.
you make like 8 side characters that are all like total like stereotypes or like 100% just like flanderized characters. It's like, okay, you have a sporty one, you have another one. It's like, okay, wow, look, we have people, things are different. We don't actually like have to, like, if you just had one friend, you'd have to like go into it a little, right? You'd have to like establish a person. But if you have like 4 people, they can all just be there, have their thing, and then throw in a line every once in a while. And it's like, we got an ensemble cast. That's why there's no character development.
Well, the thing is though, if Abby would be fine if she was just sporty, but the problem is Abby is also vapid and shallow. Is my problem. You know what I mean? Like if Abby was like different, I could get over it. But anyways, sorry, Matt and Adam. This devolved
No,
into
I love
that
this. Honestly,
talking.
this is what it's all about. Please
Yeah.
keep going.
No, this is perfect. Adam redeemed a slide whistle in chat. I already fulfilled it. We're good. Keep it rolling.
Um,
Oh my god.
Yeah, because I think it's just deliberately ensuring that you kind of have no room where you have to like do any kind of like character defining.
Mhm.
They're like people are just who they are on the surface, and there's no desire or interest in trying to make them like a believable person because you
Mhm.
just kind of dilute their interactions by having more than one of them.
I think the thing is for me though, if I could still be fine with that. Like in a children's book, it happens. You get your archetypal characters. If Abby was say like the brainy one, and then Ivy liked shopping, fine,
Mhm.
works. It's just that they both like shopping and their lattes. You know what I mean? Like she can't get
Mhm.
away with this no matter how
Well,
sporty she tries to make
it,
Abby.
I think I think the problem ultimately is though that even if you did that, right? I mean,
Mhm,
it would make it less sexist, right? But you
mhm,
would still have the problem of just, oh, you have all these instances of person does the thing that their
mhm,
one character trait says they should do,
mhm.
and it's
True.
just horribly uninteresting and horribly just not true to life because no one works like that. That like everyone knows in their life there's just no one who is that like one dimensional. Or it's just
Mhm,
like, yes, they are literally just a point in space that says sport or says brain or says
mhm,
whatever. You gotta have some other things that like degrees of nuance or just even like flavor, not even like character things, but just like basic quirks you can give someone. So I think that's not even like a decision question. That's just a poor writing thing of like it really feels like you're not trying when you're not giving
mhm,
people like
mhm.
anything, or it's just like the most just like dry white rice that you're crunching on.
Yeah, and Ellen, I mean, when you do that, like you write yourself into a corner too. Like there's this one line in chapter 7 where I almost said Zoe, where Celeste where Celeste was about to die, and the first thought that goes through her head is that she's imagining her friends shopping without her, and it's like, well, I don't know if you guys remember that, but like as a writer, like the the only character stuff that Ellen Schreiber had to go on was that they all went shopping together, and so like when you get like an emotional scene like that where she's about to die, the only thing that this character can reflect on is that she can't go shopping with her friends anymore because all they do is shop.
And like that's also sad, the fact of how like just sad this friendship is with these friends. And that's like never a problem because apparently Celeste just has the perfect life. And it's like really like it's so weird. It does Kieran, you're right though. It does feel like it's written by like an alien who like came to Earth once and just like made a lot of assumptions about things and then just wrote a book. It's like written by an AI or something. It's bizarre. It's mentioned every other line too. That's like the weird thing. It's like every single like simile about like Ivy or something is like
The
about her
handbag.
and her handbag. Yeah, like it's
Well, because also there's not really any reason they need to be there.
no, no. They're like not useful characters at all.
But
So yeah,
but here's the thing where chapter 8 introduced this idea of there being some tension in the friend group. See, this is the most interesting thing to me is now that there's this other love interest with Brandon Maddox. Uh, it's going to be hard to reveal his love to anybody, reveal her love for him to anybody, because he doesn't fit into their clique, and because Nash is best friends with all of their boyfriends. So, yeah, you're right. We don't need these characters, but now hopefully we have this. Ellen Schreiber has written this out for herself from this hole she's dug herself in, where now we can potentially see some conflict because it's going to be awkward if Celeste goes to her friends and says, "Hey, I like Brandon now. I don't like Nash anymore." What are they going to do? Nash is crucial to the friend group, to the clique.
hmm which and I feel like that is like the one thing where I'm like I can give her credit that that's tension. It's something and it better pay off or I'll be angry.
Hoping it does. And Matt has this smirk on his face, like, man, these nothing's going to happen with that. It's going to be resolved in 2 sentences.
You're right. I'm mostly smirking because Sarah farted and it smells like ass.
Nice.
um,
Yeah, it's been a while since we had like a fart or shit or piss joke.
I know. I fucking like I said last week. I miss Poopy from from Mark.
The poopy.
Poopy was awesome. Yeah, but no, you're spot on. You guys are. I think you mentioned Adam. Like, oh, there may be some conflict. Don't get your hopes up. Just don't.
Fuck.
Don't.
No.
I think you guys are really overthinking the writing of this
Yeah.
book.
Should we go through chapter by chapter?
Yeah, I
Give
guess
the
we should.
people-
I guess we should do like plot rundown of chapter 5. Yeah, start with 5.
Cool.
It's a short one, so want to take it or should I?
I mean, I'll do it. I
Let's
don't care.
do it.
All right, so they're all in the library. There's a lot of like listing of like we were all in the library. This. And so they're asked to write a paper for their class on American folklore. How convenient. And they decide to all like choose things what's her
What's
face? Celeste.
happening to Vampire on Earth?
Wait, I think you're right. We have to rewatch that.
We need to read that by Vitali Versace, the
Right.
novelization.
We should do that for next book club. And so Celeste is like, I'm gonna do one on the Werewolf of Legends Run, and they're like, I'm gonna do them on witches. And like these people are in high school. Like this is the thing that gets me about this chapter. Like in what world are people being asked like, "Oh yes, write an academic paper about a werewolf." Like
They go
okay,
and make some hand turkeys, you know,
right? Like and
play
so
in the
then
sand pit.
so then yeah, so they're looking around and then so when Abby says that she wants to investigate witches, Dylan, her boyfriend, is all like, "You should go to the witch doctor, in Riverside," which is in the bad side of town. And
Actually, I didn't even think about that. This like a really like hip new age San Francisco Portland bullshit is in the bad part of town.
yeah, it's whack. And so they're like, no, we're not gonna go see a witch doctor. And then he's like, you're a chicken, go. And Abby's like, fine. And then they make this bet that the boys will be like their like manservants if they don't go, but if they go and get a receipt, they'll be their manservants if they go and get the receipt that they went. But if they don't go, then they have to be the servants for the boys. Oh no, a whole day of servitude. And then yeah, that's like literally it. It's an incredibly uneventful chapter that hurt to read.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I got. What you eating there, Adam? Huh? I saw some food come in. Huh? What you got there?
Little bite-sized pieces of pork chops. My girlfriend cut them up for me.
Oh, nice.
Sweet potato fries.
Oh, nice. Sweet potato fries. Nice.
And of course, you gotta have the greens. You gotta have the green beans.
Yep.
You just eat the green beans by the handful. I like to eat with my hands. I don't know.
I love that for you.
I mean, it's a cultural thing for me, you know. I was born and raised in Lebanon.
I didn't know that about you, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You think I would know that?
I think that what's that thing from Nigeria? They scoop it with their fingers. It's like a paste, and they eat it with like rice.
I think I know what you're talking about. It looks good. I've seen it before.
What's that shit?
I couldn't tell you what it's called. Sad.
Gotta be honest, my Nigerian cuisine knowledge is unfortunately lacking.
Yeah.
I think it was a TikTok thing for a while. That's why I know about it.
My TikTok knowledge is fortunately lacking.
Yeah, I deleted TikTok. I deleted TikTok months ago.
TikTok is a cesspool. It's ew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got to keep the TikTok for Sarah. You know.
I wonder if TikTok's gonna go the way of Vine, just inexplicably just get deleted for some reason.
I don't know. I feel like it's almost too big.
I mean, that was Vine. I mean, Vine's still relevant, even though it's just literally gone. Whereas MySpace is still alive somehow. Like, it's kind of bizarre how it just died. Like, I feel like websites like that don't die, but
it was weird. Well, hopefully something better happens. I'm afraid of TikTok. I'm a boomer about it.
You're a boomer.
Scares me.
Why?
There's something like really like weird about a lot of it. It's kind of like Instagram for me, where it's like a weird influencer culture has boomed from it that I think is like very strange, and like the algorithm is like a little scary too. Like there's a lot of stuff about how like when you look at like I think it's like when you start looking at like weird like homophobic content, it really quickly channels you into like weird like neo-Nazi content or something. Like it's like crazy how fast it pipelines people. And so it's like I'm like I don't like that. That's not cute. Not cute.
Not cute. Yep, I would agree.
But yeah, so that's my gripe with TikTok.
Understandable. Well,
there was. Sorry.
No. Go ahead.
On my way home, I was driving on I-95. Sorry, I-93, coming out of Boston, and there was this huge billboard, and on it said Skit Scott, SKIT SKOT.
Skit Scott.
I was like, what the hell is Skit Scott? So I opened up my app store and I downloaded Skit Scott. And it's fucking TikTok for people from Dorchester. Like literally the only people on it right now. It was built by some dude in Dorchester, like in his fucking garage. Like Apple. He thinks he's gonna be Steve Jobs with Skit Scott. He's like, this is the TikTok killer. It's fucking TikTok for people in Boston. Like you'll be scrolling through. It's like, yeah, the snow is fucking 1 foot up, 1 foot high on the curve. Can't I gotta dig myself out of the street? And
I'm gonna
then
download
you
Scott right now.
and then you scroll up. It's like, hey, we're at the Red Sox game, drinking a beer. It's like,
Can we please kill TikTok, please?
it's just got.
With
Oh.
skits.
I was so fascinated by it. I hit up. I looked up the company who made it. Turns out it was just like a guy, like one guy who like filed for an LLC or whatever, and the phone number for the company was like his personal cell. So I called it up and I was like, "Hey, is this the guy who made Skit Scott?" And he's like, "Yeah, how'd you get my number?" And I was like, "It's on the internet." He's like, "Oh." He's like, "Yeah, I'm the guy who made Skit Scott." I was like, "That's awesome. Like, you're from Dorchester?" He's like, "Yeah." And so I asked him to do an interview and he's like, "Yeah, oh, definitely." And I texted him. He never got back to me. But
Oh my god. I want to be
But-
better than Skit Scott, man. This is the most incredible thing I've heard today. Thank you for enlightening.
yeah, be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. Skit Scott is gonna overtake TikTok. Everybody in the world, you're gonna hear Chinese people talking with a Boston accent. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh, this is wonderful. I feel like Adam, if you ever get that interview, talk to him about getting. We can advertise Skit Scott on the stream. Get a little like
Yeah, right?
deal going. Yeah.
I mean, this dude could afford a billboard on I-93. That is like the busiest highway in Massachusetts.
Oh, I mean, it's like you said, it's the TikTok killer. You know, man's gonna be rich. You know, he has those kind of funds, buddy. You know.
And you open it, it's like, it's all his fucking cousins in Somerset. Like, we're like, Skit Scott is the best.
Oh, that's wonderful. This is the best. I don't even want to talk about Once in a Full Moon anymore. I just want to look at Skit Scott video.
Scott.
Oh, this is the best thing ever.
Can we become Skit Scott famous, guys?
That would
I'm
be
like so ready.
incredible.
Yeah, that's how it happens. You jump on a platform and you start early. It's like Clubhouse.
I'm ready. All right, I'm downloading it right now.
Yeah. We're gonna blow. I'm gonna post book club highlights to Skit Scott later tonight.
Wrong audience.
Point
Wrong
nine
Wrong
stars
audience.
in the App Store. So
is-
sad. It only has 2.9 stars
Ooh.
Damn.
for Skit Scott. We gotta get up to 5.
Oh,
Wow,
Yeah.
500 plus downloads. Holy shit.
wow.
Delete the Ukrainian link. Just put up the Skit Scott download link.
Skit Scott. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll totally do it. Oh, well, we're 33 minutes in, and we've touched chapter 5. Should we blow through this and then talk about Skit Scott for like 20 minutes and call it?
Yeah, sorry.
No, no, you're good. Honestly, I have no desire to talk through these horrible chapters. Skit Scott is so much more interesting than what a name as well.
I know. Such a shitty name. But think of it though. Skit Scott is literally TikTok backwards. Plural.
Ticks. Talks ticks.
Talks ticks. Skit Scott. I mean, who would have thought? You know?
I'm okay.
I feel like I'm being fucked with. I feel like I'm being trolled right now, and like you're the creator of Skit Scott, Adam. Like it's too perfect. It's too. Oh.
I hope I get fucking hacked on Skit Scott.
Fucking Skit Scott. I didn't realize it's fucking TikTok backwards. That's fucking wonderful.
I'm signing up for an account right now. It's happening. It's happening, guys.
Oh my god. Well, okay. Well, I guess we should. I guess we should talk chapter 6. Yeah, breeze through it.
Oh, and like you're on Skit Scott and like you scroll up, the next video is like, hey, Just so you know, everybody, be careful. There's an accident on exit 7. That's the kind of shit you see on Skid Scott. It's like, hey, just so you know, if you're driving down I-95, there's an accident on exit 7. Posted 3 months ago. Comments: is it still there? Sorry.
No, I'm fucking crying. I just want to end this stream and go download Skid Scott. I really do.
I couldn't wait. Like, I couldn't help myself. I have no self-control. I'm just too excited.
Oh, that's so fucking wonderful. Fuck. Someone talk about chapter 6, please.
I'm eating, so.
God, all right, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, tackle this one, buddy. Before the
So this is the one where they go down to the big bad neighborhood of Riverside, which and they describe it as a place of flea markets and farmers markets, which
That
you
sounds
know,
creepy. Like,
yeah, like I it's also described as like pretty rural, like trees and hills, farmers markets. Like this seems like a place where like actual rich people like have like estates. You know, you like live in the woods somewhere in like a massive mansion on a hill, and you don't see your neighbors.
Sure.
Like, like these people like walking, like living in like a walkable suburb. Like, okay, sure, you're you're rich, and that's like that's like an upper class thing, but it's not like a like the 1%ers are the ones living in like the town. And I mean, it would make sense as well for the fortune telling place to be in the kind of weird rural upscale side of town, but instead it's in allegedly the strange gang infested rural side of town. So next to the farmers market and the biker bar is this expensive new age shop, presumably for all the bikers get their fortunes told.
What's
really, I mean,
a
this
fortune? Sorry, what's a fortune that a biker like would really want to hear?
They won't fucking die by having all their skin ripped off on the highway.
I was about to say they won't be flayed alive.
I'm not a biker, but if I got my fortune told and I was told I won't get flayed alive, that would also be a good fortune. I don't think that's exclusive to bikers. Might be more relevant, but it's nice to hear.
They definitely got a bit more of a concern about that. But you know what? It's always good news. Although I guess if you're not a biker, it seems a little suspiciously specific.
Yeah, I know. It's like I wasn't asking. Like if I was gonna get flayed alive.
like usually that's a given.
Yeah.
Well, it's also like, am I gonna be in a situation in which I almost get flayed alive but narrowly escape? Like,
right.
apparently.
God, it's like a Dagon.
Oh God, I don't even. Oh God, that was so gross. Have you guys ever seen Dagon? It's like a weird Lovecraft movie. It's not.
It's a weird.
There's a flaying scene that's incredibly graphic and disgusting.
Yeah, I think it was the same guy who did like Reanimator. What's his name? I don't remember his name.
I can't remember.
But it was like a Spanish produced film. And this one's like an actually faithful adaptation of Shadow over Innsmouth. Or at least more or less faithful.
More or less. It's
definitely much more so than like Reanimator, but
So what you're saying is watch this movie for the flaying scene.
Definitely watch it for the flaying scene.
Okay, I'll add it to the list. Sarah, we're watching a flaying scene after this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
She's so cool. She's so down. But yeah, what else happens in chapter 6, Kieran? They go to the weird hippie fortune teller.
This is the one where they got like there's lots of just like really kind of strange authorial snide remarks towards Abby and Ivy. This is where like the real hatred of women or really just maybe just people in general starts coming through.
Sure.
You get the impression that, well, maybe what Celeste. I don't think she really counts as a character. So you kind of have to assume that the author is just misanthropic and just hates people in the world.
Yep.
They meet Dr. Meadows, who I guess has a doctorate in quackery or something. It's not really explained what she's a doctor of.
Witchery. Duh.
Witchery. There you go. Yep.
Maybe she's like an anthropologist or something.
Probably.
Damn.
And then she gives Abby and Ivy literally one line of fortunes, which I would feel 100% ripped off if my fortune was like one sentence of like life advice.
Yeah, it's you're gonna hit the clearance rack at Nordstrom on just the right day and get that coat you wanted for 50% off. That's an ideal fortune for Ivy.
That is pretty good. It's not even like that in depth though. It's isn't it
No.
like you're
No,
like shallow and whatever and
it's like literally the kind of thing you would expect in a fortune cookie.
I was gonna say it's like a
Literally,
fortune
yeah.
cookie fortune, yeah.
It's almost worse, to be honest. I've had fortune cookies better than what this woman said. Like,
You also for fortune cookies you get lucky numbers as well. So
you also
That's true. She didn't provide any lottery numbers.
She
That's
gypped
how
us.
you know she's a fraud.
Oh yeah, no, and then and then fucking Celeste fortune is like super detailed and specific.
Well, it's just like incredibly ominous. It's like it's like you know in Harry Potter 3 when what's her face is just like, yeah, you're gonna die.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly what it was though. Like down to the like being in a trance after the fortune reading.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and main character girl, she's also convinced that what's her face is trying to either Cosby or Litvinenko her,
Oh my God.
one or the other.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right, with the T, right?
Like either there's some kind of date rape drug, or there's polonium in there. I'm not sure why she thinks that.
Yeah. Well, okay. The interesting part about that was like, the doctor goes, "It's ginseng, lots of antioxidants." Offers some to Celeste. Celeste says, "No, thank you," I politely said. And then the doctor replies, "Ah, a skeptic. Of what? Of antioxidants?"
I don't
Celeste
believe
see
it.
the
Ginseng.
Like,
Ginseng's not real. Big T wants you to think ginseng exists.
yeah, it's so weird. I just don't. Oh my god, this book. It just.
It's wonderful. I love it. It makes me so happy. And I think we should all get our fortunes told. Or no, sorry, it's not even. She doesn't give fortunes. What does she do? She gives like predictions or something. She like calls it something different, right?
Yeah, she says
Fuck, what does she call them?
an interpretive reading,
Yeah.
which is also like one of those like telltale fraud things.
Oh yeah, because we'd like our fortunes told. Abby said. "You mean an interpretive reading?" She asked as if fortune telling was so yesterday. Like this bitch.
Well,
These fucking
actually,
14-year-olds come to you for a service and you have the audacity.
actually, they don't even get fortunes the first two.
No.
Like,
Well, I guess it's
the
an
last,
interpretive reading. It's just you are a
like-
person.
yeah,
But-
you are a person. This would be a good thing for you to do. And it's like, oh, what are you, a life coach? What do they just go to a life? What if she's just a life coach and they're horribly confused?
Did
That'd be
we,
really funny.
well, did we talk about why they got their fortunes? Did anyone mention that? I can't remember.
Oh, I think I said because it was the dare.
It was a dare, yeah, right. And what was if they lost the dare, what would happen?
Oh, they have to be the manservants for the day. Yeah.
Yeah,
She
which
said
I
that, yeah,
think
sorry.
is actually unconstitutional. I think we had a war over that.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do
There,
that.
there's no accept bets clause. It's only accept imprisonment. And I don't think that really counts. Oh yeah, and then And then for some reason, Abby and Ivy are like super hyped about it. Abby says, "quote This is the best time we've ever had."
Yeah.
I
Wait,
mean,
She
what?
spoke approximately 2 sentences to this woman and then drank some tea.
to be fair, from what we've gathered, all they do is shop together. So this
Yeah.
could be the best time they've ever had.
This is it.
Is this some strange scenario where everyone except the main character is actually like a robot? Like this is like some fake town set up in like as some like weird experiment where someone with like below average intelligence has been placed in this setup, and they're trying to see how how Celeste will react. It's just like it's like a basic Turing test. It's like, okay, well, you're a little bit behind the bell curve, so we'll see if these robots can fool you into thinking this is real.
It's one of those nuclear towns they set up just so they can blow it up. But they're like
Basically.
like a little more realistic, and they throw in a bunch of robots or some shit.
Or maybe it's so the robots can learn, like so the AI could like learn what people look like. They take like the most boring person possible and put her in there, and they're all like learning from her. And so maybe this is literally the best time that they've ever had because they came into existence approximately 2 years ago when they came off the assembly line. And the only thing they've been able to do is shop because that's the only thing that was like programmed into her by default. Like it's like, okay, we got the shopping one, we got the sport one. Right? That's their basic function, just to fool Celeste. And then from there they'll learn like real functions and how to like do
Learn how to
things.
care for the elderly.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like Westworld.
Yeah, so that's my conspiracy.
I buy it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then she gets warned to be aware of a kiss under a full moon, which is a little bit difficult because if I had to bet, she's probably had a lot of kisses under a full moon, given that full moons are about like once a month, and she's had a boyfriend for a decent bit, and presumably they kiss fairly regularly. Also, the warning that she's giving pretty vehemently, like.
Do you want to read it for us?
Yeah, it's beware of a kiss. Oh, beware of a kiss under the full moon. Not sure why the of's in there. It will change your life forever. That's so unspecific, and also so non-ominous.
There's the one before she goes, "I see snow, beware of the woods, of the sounds of howling. There could be outsiders who will turn underneath the glow of the full moon."
I think she's just xenophobic.
Right?
I think she just hates outsiders. I think this is some like The Hills Have Eyes shit, where she's just gonna start like murdering people for like, we don't want any outsiders, city folk in these parts. She like, I don't know, feeds you to her dog or something. But like going back to like this prophecy, beware of something that will change your life forever. A lot of things will change your life forever. In fact, when you're in high school, most things will. like that's not necessarily something to beware of. Like unless you know specifically which direction it's going, you can't make any choice as to whether or not that's a good thing. And it's also something so mundane that you can't really avoid it. It's like beware of riding buses at night. And it's like, okay, well,
Maybe.
I mean, you can, but that's quite a bit of effort for like no discernible reason.
Maybe this fortune teller. Sorry, what's her profession? Not fortune teller. It's
Yeah, she's actually an interpretive reader.
I don't know, actually. It's never specified. She's some kind of doctor, and she does interpretive readings.
so this
But what she does for a living,
maybe she's not telling Celeste to steer clear of the kiss under the full moon. Maybe she's just saying, be vigilant of it, because maybe she's not making a decision whether it's a good or bad change. She's just saying, this thing.
well,
is
there's no
coming.
point though, because like, what are you gonna do? You don't know whether to avoid it or to seek it out. If
Right.
like it's, you might as well just say something's gonna happen. It's like,
Yeah.
well, something will happen. Or like, even if it's just saying something will happen if you do this. I say, okay, but if I don't know what that thing is, if I don't know if I want that thing or hate that thing, it doesn't really matter what I do because it's all just uninformed.
Mhm.
You just really just rolling the dice there with no idea what's at stake.
So what else? What else are we thinking about chapter 6? Matt, you got anything?
I think we covered most of it. I stand by the best part. Honestly, might be one of my favorite parts of the book. I just thought it was so funny about how her two friends get readings and they're like fortune cookies, and then she just gets like this super specific, ominous imagine if we all went to get like an interpretive reading, and like I sit down and it's like you like video games or like something super generic, and then like Adam, you get something, and then Casey sits down and it's like beware Tuesday the 27th. Like it's like this crazy specific thing, and we're just sitting there like, what the fuck? Like, what?
Yeah. She
Yeah.
didn't even tell me like what video games.
Yeah,
Buy gold on August the 31st.
Yeah.
This is not financial advice.
But yeah, no, that honestly might be one of my favorite parts of the book. It's just so funny to me. I just because Ivy and Abby are like so happy, and I just picture myself in that situation. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean beware the full moon? Tell me I like shopping, you bitch. Like what? What? And then Celeste at the end is like, I don't know, maybe it's the next chapter. At one point, it's either end of that chapter or the beginning of the next. She talks about how she doesn't have her allowance anymore. Like she spent all her money on this.
Oh yeah.
Like it's gotta be pretty expensive. Imagine you give this person like $50 and she's like, "Yeah, you like shopping. I'll see you later. Here's some tea." Like what the fuck?
Yeah,
She should have taken the drugs.
Should take the drugs.
same.
But yeah, no, that's chapter 6, yeah.
Hmm. Onwards.
Ooh.
Woohoo.
Do you want to just keep it rolling and then we can talk about fuck, I already figured what the app is called.
It's TikTok backward.
Skit Scott.
Skit Scott.
It's
Yeah, the only people on that app are everybody driving home that day, and that's it.
Well, I mean, honestly though, if that's all it is, those accent warnings are probably pretty nice. You know what I mean? I really hope I download it and the first thing is like, careful, construction around exit 15 or like fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh.
They really gotta like sell the app to like the Weather Channel or something.
Yeah, no, I'm
Like,
telling you,
live updates.
we'll fucking advertise it on stream. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
So
Everybody go download Skit Scott. Use my referral code.
use referral code Bad Book Club to find out actions 15 minutes sooner.
15 minutes before they happen. That's the prophecy advice. Avoid exit 7. 3-car pile up on 84.
Just love the idea of a TikTok app that's just Boston Townies.
15-minute delay on your route home.
It's Scott.
Well, it's like it's very valuable too. It's like, you get videos. It's like don't even walk near the fucking red line today. That shit's fucking broken. That shit's on fire. When I was in school in Boston, the red line for some reason would always be on fire. Like that happened like 6 or 7 times.
It was like the red line's on fire and then the green line derails. So between the two of those
Right.
two, you die.
The green line was derailed always like before Copley. and the red line was on fire, and the orange line just smelled bad. That's it.
Can I talk about how the blue line sucks? It goes to like 3 places. I hate it.
The blue line sucks, but it's fast and it goes to the airport.
Which is useless. Forget flying. I'll just walk. Like
And it goes to this magical place called Wonderland, which like every time they announce it on the intercom, it's like now arriving at Wonderland or Wonderland, and this train goes to Wonderland. I'm always like, I gotta go to Wonderland, but I never got the chance to go there, so I don't really know if like what it is, if it exists. I don't know.
I've never been to Wonderland now. I feel like I have to go. That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Book club field
I
trip.
guess
We gotta go.
we should go to Wonderland on the blue line.
Take the blue line. My question though, what if we get interpretive readings beforehand and we get like the generic ones, and then one of us is like, beware the like the rail system, but they're not specific? What do we do? What do we do?
Wear one of the colors of the rails, and it's
Yeah,
like, oh no, which one?
All
I
right,
don't
so chapter 7. You want me to
Chapter
do it, Matt?
Yeah, if you want to do chapter 7, go for it.
Do you want to?
I don't care. I hate all these chapters.
Okay. All right. So basically, they get out of the reading, and is Ivy, Abby, and Celeste. They're about to leave to go back to their part of the town, and Celeste, out of nowhere, says, "Hey, I want to walk home." And I'm sure all you folks out there could guess where that's leading. Well, first of all, Abby and Ivy put up some resistance. They're like, no, you should come with us. It's not safe, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, oh, whatever. I'm late for volleyball practice anyway. So Celeste walks home. A blizzard comes out of nowhere. I'm sure one of you will comment about that later, about a blizzard only hitting about a square mile, a extreme blizzard touching down on a square mile of land, and then all of a sudden she's stuck in the snow, and a pack of wolves. A pack of wolves comes to eat her, and in her final moments, she starts thinking about how her friends are going to be shopping without her. That's an actual line in the book. And then she talks about how she never found true love. And then as the wolves are about to pounce down on her, Brandon Maddox comes out of nowhere. Out of nowhere!
Let's go, Brandon!
Brandon.
Is this when he goes or where he goes?
Brandon Maddox comes out of nowhere and is swinging a twig at the wolves, and the wolves
Fucking Liam Neeson from The Gray here. Like,
and the wolves are like, oh shit, that's a stick, we gotta go. And they bite Brandon, and Brandon's like, I don't know, he's like all pumped up on adrenaline, and I almost said Zoe again. Celeste is like, Brandon, are you okay? Thank you for saving me. I love you. You're my true love. Your eyes are beautiful. You have deep blue eyes. What you did was heroic. Nash is a pussy. That's it. That's the chapter.
Except she doesn't say any of that. It's all internal.
Yeah, it's all
And
internal.
she never even like thanks him really. She's just like, "Oh, your hand has a boo boo. Oh no!" And he's like, "No, it doesn't."
Oh my
I definitely
god.
don't have rabies.
Yeah. And the worst part, she wraps her scarf around his hand, and then later she's reflecting on the scarf. She's like, I can't believe my scarf got to touch his hand. Ugh.
Kind of cringe, bro.
Ugh.
That's really cringe.
Also,
Cringe. You posted cringe.
can we talk about the fact too that when he comes with this stick, right? I think there's an implication. Not only does he scare them off, but he maybe beats one of the wolves to death.
Yeah, he does.
She's
Even
like,
though he has the PETA sticker.
like she's like, I heard some noises, and then there was like some yelping and then some silence, and I'm like, did Brandon just beat the shit out of some wolves with a literal branch? Like, apparently he's just out here clubbing wolves, which I think is that against the law when it's not hunting season? Like, I feel like it's gotta be.
I like to assume if the wolves are gonna give you rabies, and I think it's fair game to hit them with a twig, right?
I don't know. I say take the rabies. What could
Take the
possibly go
rabies.
wrong?
Yeah.
No, you just kick it on the side.
He's wearing his PETA.
Oh,
Not PETA. He's wearing his WWF sweatshirt, and the blood splatter is dirtying it from the wolf.
Oh God, with the steel chair.
that's true. It could be a wrestling thing, Adam. We don't know.
Oh, that's true.
He could just be an old school wrestling fan.
Just throws a wolf through a table, you know,
Yeah.
from the top rope with the people's elbow, hitting an entire wolf pack.
We'll see that on Barstool Legends Run
How
later.
did this man just get grazed by a wolf bite? That's what I want to know. Like, you'd think he was fighting off like a coyote or something. Like, I think wolves have a bite. It's something crazy, like over like 1,000 pounds per square inch or something. Like, your hand is coming off. It's gone.
Yeah.
Listen, the wolf's nearsighted. You can't see very well. It was cold.
My fucking house
snowy.
cat. My fucking house cat bit me the other day, and that shit left more than a fucking scar. A wolf.
Your hand's just gone.
Yeah.
No more. Cat has
No,
it.
he sunk his goddamn teeth in. It hurt. It hurt like a bitch.
It happens. But he did get Celeste's scarf around his hand, so
That's medicine.
worth it, maybe.
The
Free
scarf. The scarf has more character than anybody in this book.
That's true.
She literally says, never mind. Sorry. I hate that. I hate it. This book sucks.
This book does suck. That's all right. We'll get through it. We're churning through.
Can we go to chapter 8?
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
I just want to complain for a second about Brandon Maddox,
Yeah.
Brandon.
because like this is like the least interesting or inspiring love story anyone has ever seen, because they have like no connection or like chemistry or interaction. There's no like rapport built between them at all. There's not even really an attempt to make a rapport before she's just totally into it. Like I feel like the much like the basic just classic thing that you do is you just have people not get along at first, and they have some banter and they have some friction,
Right.
and then they bond over something, and then they like you have some situations which lead to like escalation or whatever. In this, she just kind of meets this guy, he does a thing, and then she's just in love with him, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well,
It's kind of it's kind of how it works in middle school. Like you see a really cute guy, and that's it. Like, he's your crush, and like everybody knows about it, and everybody teases you about it. But you guys have never talked before. You guys have never exchanged words. But he's your crush. Was this just my middle school experience, or?
I mean,
Oh.
He's
Ow.
back.
Like, here's the thing. In middle school, let me give you a little anecdote about my life.
Yeah. Hit me with it.
There was this girl. We'll change her name. Her name was Jenny.
Celeste. Oh yeah.
Yeah, her name was Celeste. And in middle school, I had never spoken a word to her. I actually had never seen her, met her, heard her name. And then I got word that she had a crush on me, and I was like, that's it. Like, we're a thing now. Like, in everybody's eyes, it's me and Celeste. you know, and
All right.
yeah, I don't know where I was going with this story. Basically,
Was Celeste eventually mauled by a werewolf? I'm
yeah.
confused.
Her love for Brandon in this book reminds me of that sort of middle school relationship.
Sure.
You know what? That's the thing. It's like I feel like it's not entirely unrealistic in that sense, but it's entirely uninteresting because
Yes.
no one wants to see high schoolers do what middle schoolers do. You know,
Right.
like that's not
Mhm.
like there's nothing intriguing or captivating, and there's nothing about Brandon that we're like, yay, Brandon. You know, like by all means, it's like I feel like Nash is fine. He's like perfectly decent. He's kind of a classist, I guess, but like other than that, you know, he's not like a piece
They're
of shit.
all classist except for her.
Yeah,
Mhm.
she's like the only. Isn't it weird too? Actually, can we talk about that real quick? How she lives in the nice part of town, but seemingly doesn't really have money, and talks about how rich her friends are. And it's like what's she doing in the presumably nice part of town
Mhm.
then? You know,
I think
like it
she's on the edge of it, right? Is she like kind of in the middle of it?
is she? Maybe. I guess
No,
because
because the friends are next door to her. They're
oh
her
right.
neighbors.
Gotcha. Right.
So
That's
I
Right.
think I said this in our first one because she's definitely a millionaire. She's in a
Yeah.
3-bedroom house in the nice neighborhood with neighbors who live on what they call estates, I think, or something.
Subdivisions.
Like 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 there was like
Sorry.
some phrase about how they don't say next door, they're like next estate or something.
Right.
And
wait,
it's
is
like,
it-
okay, next acre?
I think
Yeah.
so.
It,
Wait,
like
it depends though. It would depend on where in the country you are.
well, they're talking about being in a bougie neighborhood.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah,
that's the emphasis here is that this is a bougie neighborhood. And
yeah.
she's in a pretty big house,
Yeah, the
right?
house seems large.
Like she is definitely well above median income.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is interesting. Like, well, it's a weird thing of like, I actually it really bothers me because you're gonna have her live in this nice area, but then like it's like she's trying to have some weird like class commentary, but really isn't doing it because if she was gonna do class commentary, she'd make either Celeste like a millionaire and Celeste has to like acknowledge that and like do that, or Celeste is like actively like living a very different life than her peers,
She's Charlie Bucket.
right? Like there's nothing there. Like Celeste is just a Mary Sue about it, and it's like I don't know. It's just weird. It's this whole book is so weird. But yeah,
Well, do we want to move
chapter
on?
8.
Chapter 8. I guess this is me now.
I want to say one more thing.
Oh, yep. Hit us with
Um,
it. Ooh.
First of all, back in middle school when I was dating that girl,
Okay.
I never met her, like I said, but we were dating because she said she had a crush on me, and I agreed. I said, yes, you have a crush on me. I have a crush on you then. And we communicated through friends of friends. And then I got her phone number through a friend of a friend. And I texted her on my flip phone, where there was no letter pad. There was just the number pad, and you had to press the button 3 times to get an O. Um, and we would text. We would text, and I would say, "I want to hold your hand so bad." I had no idea what this fucking girl looked like. I would say, "I want to hold your hand so bad." I said, "Would you hold my hand in front of the whole school?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, "Would you hold my hand in front of the teachers?" She said, "Yes." "Would you hold your hand in front of the parents?" She said, "Yes." I said, "I want to hold your hand so bad."
That's a much better story than anything written by whatever her name is.
And I
Ellie,
never, thank you. I never met this girl.
That was beautiful, Adam.
See, this is why she retired.
That's
I'm just assuming she retired. She might be working on her magnum opus, but I don't know. She hasn't published anything in a few years, so I'm just assuming she's just gone.
I'm blown away. Can I even talk about chapter 8 after that story, Adam?
I don't think so.
That was
Can't top it.
magical. Did you ever hold her hand?
No, I never met her.
Oh.
Like
No.
ever.
Ever.
Damn. It sounds pretty serious though. Like in front of the whole school, she would have held your hand.
Oh, it was a serious relationship.
But you just never met her.
Yeah, I had to like guess who she was, like walking through the halls. I was like, is that her? No. That went on for a couple months. Like
Nice.
there were girls that I was hoping it would be, like I didn't know their names, but they were super hot. I was like, I hope that's her. Like I would hold her hand. Nah, never mind. I was thinking the other day too. I was talking to Abby about this. I was like, yeah, you had this crush. I had a crush on this girl in middle school, and I was like, she was super hot. And then I stopped and thought about it. I was like, and thought about it. Sorry, and I was like, wait a minute. The only frame of reference I have of her is like her middle school likeness.
Sure.
Like, anyway, I'm sorry. We can cut that.
yeah. We'll just.
No, that's great. This is great. It's good content.
We'll pretend that last part didn't happen there.
Sorry.
It's just scrub it from the record. It's fine. It's kind of like the thing with Puma last week about your. Fuck, I won't even get into it. I don't know if you remember that, but.
Oh my god, yeah.
Fuck. Should I do chapter 8 and we can fucking go to bed?
Yes. And this because of our suffering.
Yeah, Sarah looks sleepy. Chapter 8. Celeste gets home and her parents are like, "Oh my god, we thought you were dead," or something. Like they're like worried about her, and she's like, "I saw a wolf in the woods and I got lost walking home," and blah 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 blah. And at first her parents are like, "Well, we're glad you're home safe." And then she's like, "Yeah, the wolves were really close," and her parents are like, "Oh my god, wolves!" And then they kind of like get over it pretty quick when they realize she's okay. And that's that. Her like dog lays at her feet or something. I don't know. It's really boring. And her parents are like, "We're glad you're not dead." And she's like, "Me too." And she doesn't tell them about Brandon. She can't tell them about Brandon. You know.
She wasn't like, let's go, Brandon.
No. You gotta sneak it in when you can, I guess.
Algorithm now into weird right wing shit or something. Like,
No, it's just so funny that people feel a need to have a code to say fuck Joe Biden. Like what is this? Like 19? Are we literally living in 1984? Like,
literally living in 1980. George Orwell.
no, this is literally Animal Farm.
We're all, I'm the pig. I don't know what you guys.
Which pig are you Napoleon?
No, I'm just a pig. I just love pigs.
That's the suddenly
Little
named
animal.
Napoleon.
Oh.
Ron, I feel like you'd be a little sheep.
How dare you, you fucking sheep!
Oh my god! Whoa!
You're a sheeple.
Sheeple.
You're a horrifying genetic experiment gone wrong. Sheeple.
I'm just a clone sheep.
No, but like spliced with people is sheeple.
Well.
Anyways,
I'm gonna wrap this up before we get even more like weird right wing. It's a slippery slope. But yeah, then she goes to Nash's basketball game, and she tells her friends about the wolf incident, but she doesn't mention Brandon because, he's like a dirty hick from West Side or whatever. I don't know. Her like class's friends wouldn't like him.
It's just like racial coding. Like, is Brandon just black? Is that what's going on here? Is this all like a metaphor?
I don't know if they mention any of that. Anyway, we're getting close to the right wing every fucking.
Okay, these people are definitely 100% like right-wing, classist, racist, every kind of ist you can imagine.
That's
They won't
fair.
even associate people from the other side if they're pretty bougie town already. They're like, oh no, these people have farmers markets and crystal reading shops.
There
Oh
is no
no,
line.
the kind of rural elite. We're the suburban elite. We don't associate with those kind of people.
Yeah, these people are definitely like they've been like voting Republican since like the like early 70s easily.
I'm gonna interrupt you for a minute. Adam's been typing a lot, and I think he did a bit. This could not be Adam. Dr. Meadows, thank you for the $1 tip. What was the message? If you're feeling down, try throwing yourself into your work. Your lucky numbers are 4, 19, 68, and 13. Thank you for the $1, Dr. Meadows. I wonder who you are.
Thank you, Dr. Meadows. That's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you for your generosity. I'm sure you've got quite the income from your work as a doctor of some kind.
Yeah, ripping off teenage girls.
Thanks for the lucky numbers as well. I'm gonna play the lottery tomorrow. A fucking 4, 19, and 68. I don't even want to finish chapter 8. But yeah, their friends are like, thank God you didn't get eaten by wolves. You're like Little Red Riding Hood, because she wore like the costume or whatever. But she doesn't tell them about Brandon, and Nash is like a scared bitch and like won't go into the woods with her. And then like the final 3 pages of the chapter are her like fantasizing about how attracted she is to Brandon. Now she would rather be with him because Nash is like not her true love, and he's like a scared, like he's like fake tough, and you know they're just not on the same page, you know. Whereas Brandon, like her and Brandon connect, like they fought wolves together, or well, he fought wolves while she stood there, but they connect more than her and Nash, so they're gonna get together. Hopefully, you know, she doesn't know, doesn't want to ruin the 6 sum that her and her friends have. And yeah, that's the chapter.
Wow.
Wow.
Guys, I gotta leave early. I gotta take a big shit. So you guys finish that off.
You know, we'll just wrap it up. We'll just wrap it up then.
All right.
Guys, it was a terrible.
On that bombshell.
No, for real though. Like I'm gonna explode.
Thank you for hanging out, chat. Thank you for hanging out for us, guys. This was a terrible book club, but I had a lot of fun. These chapters sucked. If you're new here, drop a follow. If you're not new, that's cool. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for the $1 tip, Dr. Meadows.
Thank you.
We'll see you again next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.